The dire circumstances of the Imperium of Man in the 41st millennium, marked by relentless wars and the encroaching darkness of its numerous enemies, necessitated extraordinary measures to preserve humanity's dominion across the galaxy. Amidst the turmoil, the return of Primarch Guilliman, the Avenging Son, brought new hope to the battle-scarred Imperium. Even as far back as the 31st millennium, Guilliman recognized the need for a new caliber of warriors to confront increasingly formidable foes. Consulting the vast repositories of forbidden knowledge and leveraging his own unparalleled martial and administrative acumen, he envisioned the next evolution of the Adeptus Astartes. This vision led to the creation of the Primaris Marines, superior in every way to their predecessors, equipped with enhanced genetic augments and state-of-the-art weaponry. What then would become of the Firstborn Marines, those who had fought and bled for the Imperium for the past 10,000 years? Were they to be left by the wayside? The decision was made to attempt to uplift the current ranks of Space Marines to this new standard of excellence. To bridge this gap, Guilliman collaborated with Archmagos Belisarius Cawl, who had been laboring in secret for millennia under the Primarch's own pre-heresy directive. Using the advanced sciences of genetics and cybernetics, Cawl developed the means to enhance existing Marines, thus conceptualizing the perilous procedure known as the Rubicon Primaris. This procedure was named after the mythic river Rubicon on ancient Terra, symbolizing a point of no return, much like the decisive and irreversible step each Space Marine would take upon undergoing this transformation. However, the procedure was not without risk. Cawl's projections based on the data available suggested that only 61% of subjects would survive the process until it was perfected. The loss of even a single Firstborn Marine and their centuries of experience in warfare was considered a terrible blow to the Imperium, but the rewards were worth the risk. The Rubicon Primaris procedure embodies a multi-stage process that combines advanced biotechnology, surgical precision, and a high tolerance for risk. Each stage is meticulously designed to integrate seamlessly into the next, although the inherent dangers present at each phase make the entire process fraught with peril. The journey across the Rubicon begins with genetic re-engineering. Space Marines already possess gene seed, the genetic material derived from the Primarchs themselves. For the Rubicon Primaris, this existing genetic structure is enhanced with new sequences developed by Belisarius Cawl. This includes the addition of 3 critical new organs. 1. The Belisarius furnace. This organ enhances a Marine's ability to survive catastrophic injuries through rapid cellular regeneration and temporary shutdown of major bodily functions to preserve life during extreme trauma. 2. The sinew coils. These are dense bionic fibers that wrap around a Marine's muscles, significantly increasing their strength and durability beyond even the extraordinary levels of traditional Adeptus Astartes. 3. The Magnificat. Nestled in the brain, this organ acts as a booster to the Marine's already formidable neural processing, increasing their tactical acumen and reaction times. This surgical enhancement phase is perhaps the most harrowing. In it, the Space Marine's body is surgically opened and the new organs are integrated. This surgery is physically invasive and genetically complex, as the new Primaris organs must be perfectly synchronized with the existing ones. The Space Marine's body is put under immense stress as its physiology is altered and reconfigured. The surgical process requires the most advanced medical and technological facilities, often taking place in stasis chambers where time itself can be manipulated to aid the healing process. Once the surgical enhancements are complete, the Marine is technically dead. Their bodily functions have ceased, and their heart has stopped. The resurrection protocol involves precise biochemical and electrical stimuli to restart their heart and integrate the new organs fully into the Marine's body system. This stage is precarious. The timing and balance of stimuli must be exact to prevent organ rejection or catastrophic system failure. Surviving the Rubicon Primaris is only the first part of the battle. Post-procedure, the Space Marine must undergo a rigorous recovery process. Their body must not only heal, but also recalibrate to its new capabilities. This involves both physical conditioning to adapt to their enhanced strength and reflexes, and mental training to harness the improved neural processes provided by the Magnificat. During this period, many Marines report experiencing intense pain, sensory overload, and a period of relearning even basic movements under their new enhancements. One issue remained, convincing the Firstborn Marines to undergo the process and cross the Rubicon. Many within the legions were unwilling to accept the new Primaris Marines. Others displayed hostility towards them. On more than one occasion, only the intervention of the Emperor's custodians prevented violence. It quickly became apparent that it would take something extraordinary to convince the original Astartes to take a leap of faith and become Primaris Marines. As tensions mounted and the rift between the Firstborn and the new Primaris Marines threatened to destabilize the already precarious unity within the Adeptus Astartes, Marneus Calgar, chapter master of the Ultramarines, watched with the leader's discerning eye. The divide was not just about tradition versus progress. It was a question of identity, heritage, and the future direction of the Space Marines. The Ultramarines, known for their adherence to the Codex Astartes and their role as exemplars within the Imperium, found themselves at the heart of this storm. The need for a unifying figure became increasingly evident, someone who could bridge the gap between the old and the new, a beacon of the Ultramarines' values and the embodiment of their adaptability. Calgar saw in this division not just a challenge, but a profound responsibility. He recognized that mere words would not be enough to heal the divisions or quell the skepticism and hostility towards the Primaris Marines. It required a gesture that would resonate on both a symbolic and practical level. By volunteering to undergo the Rubicon Primaris, Calgar aimed to become a living symbol of unity. He intended to show that the essence of what it meant to be a Space Marine was not lost, but enhanced by the Primaris transformation. His decision was a powerful statement that the future of the Space Marines required embracing these new enhancements to face the galaxy's ever-growing threats. Calgar understood that his actions could speak louder than any decree. By subjecting himself to the same risks that any Marine would face undergoing the Rubicon Primaris, he demonstrated immense personal courage and faith in the process. This act was a powerful testament to his belief in the necessity of the transformation, not just for himself, but for all Space Marines. As a leader, Calgar recognized the practical benefits of the enhanced capabilities that came with becoming a Primaris Marine. His new strength, resilience, and strategic acumen would enable him to lead more effectively, particularly in an era where warfare had escalated in scale and intensity. His transformation was as much about enhancing his combat effectiveness as it was about inspiring his brothers. Calgar's decision was a direct challenge to those who doubted the Primaris Marines' place within the Adeptus Astartes. By transforming himself, he hoped to soften hearts and open minds among the Firstborn Marines. His hope was that seeing their respected chapter master embrace this change would encourage others to follow suit. On a more personal level, Marneus Calgar saw the Rubicon Primaris as the ultimate test of his own limits and capabilities. Throughout his illustrious career, he had faced countless enemies and overcome myriad trials. This procedure was another battlefield for him, one that he approached with the same strategic mind and warrior spirit that he had always brought to combat. Calgar's successful transformation marked a turning point in the acceptance of Primaris Marines across the Adeptus Astartes. Seeing the revered chapter master of the Ultramarines reborn in this new form sent ripples throughout the Imperium. His enhanced presence on the battlefield, combined with his unwavering leadership, helped to quell much of the dissent and uncertainty that had plagued the ranks of the Space Marines. His example showed that the Rubicon Primaris was not a loss of what had come before, but an evolution, a necessary step to ensure that the Space Marines could continue to fulfill their duty to protect humanity. As more Marines followed in his footsteps, the unity within the chapters began to heal, setting a new course for the future of the Adeptus Astartes. His choice at that critical moment was a beacon that lit the path for all Space Marines, guiding them into a new era with hope and resolve.